This is John Scrutter with Behind the Panels, and we're here with Christos Gage. And Christos is working on a new project with none other than Neil Adams. So can you tell us a little bit about the project?
Yes, it's called First X-Men. Takes place before the formation of the X-Men. Mutants are first starting to appear, and the government is pouncing on them and cutting them up, dissecting them, weaponizing them, doing all kinds of nasty things. And Wolverine notices this happening, and that most of these new mutants coming up are kids, and that no one's looking out for them, and kind of stirs something in him, reminds him of when he was a kid. So he's like, I'm going to look out. Someone's got to stand up for these kids. And so he gets Sabretooth, who he's been working with as a mercenary, and Sabretooth doesn't want to do it for altruistic reasons, so Wolverine has to pay him. So they start saving these mutant kids and sort of putting together a team. And Wolverine is, at this point in his life, not really a leader. He's more of a guy on the ground. You give him orders and he'll go kill whoever you want. But he wants to try to find someone who's got that leadership quality, so he goes to Professor X, who he knows is a genius, who at that time is a teenage kid at Oxford, engaged to his sweetheart, and expecting to have a life as a professor. And he's like, no, I'm not interested, because he can pass as human. Our thinking was Professor X didn't become Professor X fully formed at age 17 or whatever he was when he was in college. He had to grow into that role. When they first see him, he's a scared kid, and he can pass for human, so why wouldn't he? Then they go looking for Magneto, who's out killing Nazis, because that's how he rolls. And he's not that interested either. So it's kind of interesting to play with some of the pieces of the Marvel Universe that were going on at that time. Like I said before, we've got Hobo Submariner in there in issue 3.
I'm glad we got that clarification, because when I was talking to Neil, it sounded like Homo Submariner, and I was like, nah, that might not fly.
No.
Homo Namor.
No.
Okay.
Hobo Submariner. And then, one of the things that makes Neil the legend he is he's always creating new things. So he's created these great new characters. Meanwhile, I'm playing the part of the nerdy guy over here who's like, Neil, draw Sentinels and draw Mandroids and prototype Mandroids and Sentinels and draw Magneto and draw Amphibian and all this stuff. So should be a little something for everybody, for the fanboys like myself. You get Neil drawing some of the stuff you want to see him draw. Wolverine, Namor, Sentinels, and then there's also some people who like all new stuff. You get brand new characters, so it's going to be super, super awesome, and starts coming out in August.
Having Neil basically at your fingertips, did that change your style of writing, knowing that he would be doing the artwork?
Well, I was adapting his plot, so there was that. I wanted to do justice to that, but Neil obviously is one of the great, artists of all time in comics, and it does affect it. Like, you played it with artist strength. It's the same thing here. I know that I don't have to have someone say, I'm angry, because Neil's so talented, he can just show on their face that they're angry. It's like having great actors reading your script, acting your script. And I also know he'd prefer not to, but I know he can do like a 7-panel page if he has to. For example, in the first issue, I had called for a splash page, but we've got so much material, there's not a lot of room for stuff like that. And he turned into a double-page splash and just took what should have been on the second page of the splash, which was several panels, and put them on, combined 2 panel pages into one, because he's good enough and talented enough to do that. So, every artist I work with, I try to think about what would be the best approach for that individual person.
Christos, thank you much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.